Do you know what no fan of the Indiana Jones franchise ever asked for? Her. Oh, and they never asked for this either.
You stole it.
Then you stole it.
And then I stole it. It's called capitalism.
Nobody asked for a reminder that champagne socialists in Hollywood have no idea what capitalism is. But in any case, as a result, it looks like we've got yet another get woke, go broke story. Here's the headline. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny predicted to bomb at the box office. Yeah, who could have guessed that the geniuses running the studio injecting their gender politics into an adventure movie might ruin the movie, might make people not want to see the movie. Now, the movie's not out yet. This is just a prediction. Analysts have cited mediocre reviews as a possible reason. Here we have the Rotten Tomatoes score. It's 54% from the critics. And if they don't like something with one of their feminist heroes like Phoebe Waller-Bridge in it, you know it's got to be bad. It says here, overlong, no thrills, and no fun. Basically, Dial of Destiny is just a compendium of old bits from earlier films. That it ends at all is a blessing. This isn't the goodbye which Harrison Ford deserves. This is not my Indiana Jones. It's a disappointing facsimile of the much better Indiana Jones films that preceded it. Now, these days, bad critical reviews can't doom a film on their own because ultimately nobody really trusts the critics anymore. But I'm going to make my own prediction that this is going to be a flop. Just from what I've seen so far, although I haven't seen the movie. But I think it has a lot to do with putting in a feminist into the movie with the obvious goal of undermining the straight white male lead, which we've seen over and over again. I mean, in Terminator Dark Fate, they literally killed the hero of the franchise in the first 5 minutes with a young Latina woman with commentary from Sarah Connor about how she don't need no man. And sure, the Force may be female now, but it's also about as much fun as an intersectional feminism lecture. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is predicted to earn a disappointing $60 million at the US box office in its opening weekend. And these are just predictions. It could end up surprising everybody and doing much better, but these are the predictions from the people who study this stuff. As reported by Deadline, box office analysts are predicting the 5th and final film in the franchise will take between $60 million to $70 million over a 5-day holiday opening. While those sorts of numbers would be a reason to celebrate for most movies, Harrison Ford's last outing as the archaeologist action hero was expected to be a big hitter for Disney and Lucasfilm. So they're expecting it to be down $40 million from the $100 million opening for Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which was widely considered to be the worst film in the franchise. It says here that it's unclear why the Dial of Destiny is projected to underperform at the box office, but it could be related to mediocre reviews that followed the film's premiere at Cannes last month. Again, I don't think it's all that unclear. I think it's really pretty simple. You take this, okay, good. You take this, okay, this is starting to look good. Then you take this and, they're gonna do it again, aren't they? That looks like one of those women who don't need no man and wants to tell us all about it in movie form. I mean, audiences have learned now. They've learned what to expect, the red flags, what to look for. And when they see a good reason to not spend hard-earned money on a movie, they're going to believe their own eyes. Maybe the analysts are living in the real world and can see all the signs and can tell that the Dial of Destiny is set on failure. And not to mention the fact, Dial of Destiny? What the hell is that? There wasn't one person involved in the making of this that went, Dial of Destiny? That's awful. I mean, if you can't come up with a better name than the Dial of Destiny, just imagine the rest of the errors these people are making. Now, that said, maybe it won't actually be that terrible. I don't know. I was expecting House of the Dragon to be awful based on the things that I'd read from the producers of the show. And I happily conceded after watching the first season that it's a great show, and I really enjoyed it. Even though the race swapping in it didn't make any sense, still doesn't make any sense, even though that still challenges my suspension of disbelief, the acting and the writing is good enough to make it worthwhile. But this, I mean, you're dealing with, first off, a well past his prime Harrison Ford, for the role. And in that case, you've got to treat the character with kid glove. You've got to be careful to make him look good. And you certainly don't want to give the audience the impression that you might take it as an opportunity to humiliate the beloved character for the sake of pushing some political agenda that nobody asked for in the first place. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.